Hello, it's Gordon here, and this Facebook Live I've called Hark at this self-improvement point. I'm going to start off with something I've not done on a Facebook Live before. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to whistle a bit of music for you, and I want you to tell me what this bit of music is all about. Here we go. Right, I don't know how that worked. You'll have to let me know. What was that? What's that bit of music all about? Well, it's about Christmas, isn't it? Hark the herald angels sing. No, it isn't. And it's a self-improvement point that I've made before, but not from this angle. This was an angle I found out the other day. I was watching some catch-up on TV, and I was watching the Christmas edition of QI, which I've always really enjoyed because it comes up with geeky, trivial facts and information. And Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Christmas Carol. Except it wasn't originally. And here's what they said on QI. They said it was originally written by Felix Mendelssohn, the music, to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the Gutenberg printing press. Nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. The lyrics came later to Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Right, so the point is that we make assumptions. We just assume things are true. We just assume Hark the Herald Angels Sing is about Christmas. Whereas in fact, if we do a little bit of research, we find out that it isn't true. And the point, the self-improvement point is, and this is a point I have made all the time, and it's an important point to do with belief, that we shouldn't just believe what we think we can't do, or what we think our limits are. Because it's often the case, unfortunately, that we believe our limits that we're told by other people. So just because someone tells us that we can't do it, just because someone tells us that it's not for us, it's only for others, we believe it. Without actually questioning it, without testing it, without researching it. And then we start telling ourselves that we can't do it. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. It's only for other people. Again, without testing it, or maybe we do test it and we take a little bit of action, but because we've got this mindset that we can't do it, that we're not good enough, as soon as we hit the first bit of difficulty, instead of pushing through that difficulty or stepping back and thinking, well, I need to learn this to go again, instead we just give up. And that's because our mindset is not right, and it's because our belief is not right. It's an important point. It's an important point in self-improvement, and certainly an important point in the goal achievement process. And I talk about my 8-step goal achievement formula over at my Transform Your Life Now program, transformyourlifenow.com. Now, when I found this out on QI, that Hark the Herald Angels Sing was written, the music was written by Felix Mendelssohn to celebrate 400 years of the Gutenberg printing press, and that the lyrics came later, I thought, I know, if I'm going to make a point about just believing something without checking it, guess what I better go and do? I better go and check whether that's true or not. And here's what I found. Something different. The research that I found was that actually the lyrics came first. Hark the Herald Angels Sing were written in some form by a chap called Charles Wesley in 1739 in a selection of hymns and poems. Okay, the music written by Felix Mendelssohn, it was written by Felix Mendelssohn, and it was written to celebrate 400 years of the Gutenberg printing press, was written in 1840, 100 years after the words. But then, actually, 15 years after that, an English musician called William Cummings did a slight arrangement and tweaking of a bit of the Felix Mendelssohn work to come up with the carol that we know since. Fascinating, isn't it? So when I came across this point and I thought, I know, I could use that to make a point I've made repeatedly about not just believing what we're told without checking it and testing it, I thought I'd better go and check and test it myself. And look what happened. I found out something different when I checked it for myself. It's a huge point, isn't it? So can you think of times in your life that you've believed something just because someone told you or because you told yourself, but when you actually came to test it or push came to shove in real life, something else turned out to be true? So to take that point further, in any of the key areas of life, health, wealth, career, relationships or lifestyle, could it be that something that you think you can't do, or something that you think is just the way it is, that's just the way it has to be, could it be that it isn't just the way it has to be? That actually you could do whatever it is you want to do? That maybe you could research, and it could be something that you've researched and looked at in the past, maybe years ago, or maybe it's time to look at it and research it and test it again, just to see how you can move forwards in 2019. So, it's a quick point tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my little whistling display at the start. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the point and about how I've come at it rather convolutedly, I will admit, via a Christmas carol that might or might not have been started as a Christmas carol. And by the way, if you do want to find out more about my goal achievement formula, which includes belief as one of the 8 steps, but I go into, there's 2 aspects of belief that you have to get right. That is in the training that you get automatically when you sign up to my Transform Your Life Now program. And you can see more about that over at transformyourlifenow.com. But in any case, if you enjoy this Facebook Live or any of my free content that I put out, what I would ask as a favour is if you could just hit the like button and maybe leave a comment. Because if you hit the like button, that helps me out, because it then tells Facebook to share and promote the content a little bit more. So that helps me out. I'd appreciate that, hitting the like button if you happen to like it. Of course, if you don't like it, don't hit the like button, and do feel free to leave a comment telling me why you don't like it. Okay, hope all is well with you. Wishing you as ever health and happiness, and I'll speak to you again soon.